I just want to remind you that if you purchase the WWE Network, it's only $9.99 a month, guys. You can get every past WWE pay-per-view and current WWE pay-per-view, and it's only $9.99 a month. And I also want to remind you that you can watch NXT. It's only $9.99 a month to do that. $9.99 a month to watch Legends House. $9.99 a month to watch everything from WCW, ECW. Just the classics. You can watch a SmackDown. You can watch a Raw. So it's just $9.99 a month. You know, $9.99 a month. $9.99 a month, guys. You just gotta take this opportunity. Take it now. It's only $9.99 a month. That'd be like having 9 kids, 9 cats, and 9 fucking dogs. You gotta get this WWE Network. It's only $9.99 a month. And to be honest with you, Triple H and Raw said that 3,000 fucking times. Any opportunity they got, they said $9.99 a month. $9.99. They wrote it on papers. When there was matches going on, they said $9.99 a month. I mean, the whole opening segment, but with the Authority coming out, which consists of Triple H, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Kane, Stephanie McMahon, and that's it. And Stephanie McMahon, he promoted the shit out of that. He was like, it's only $9.99 a month to get the network, guys. He just used like the SummerSlam card to promote it. He would mention how Randy Orton has a match, and it's only $9.99 a month to see that. Stephanie McMahon has a match, only $9.99 a month to see that. How John Cena's defending that WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Brock Lesnar, only $9.99 a month to see that. And how Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are going to have a match. It's only $9.99 a month to see that. It's just a whole shit ton of... But the main thing I think that really happened was, is that we found out that Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are both going to have beat the clock challenges, which means, you know, it's like they have to beat their time. And, whoever who gets the time the fastest gets to pick the stipulation for their match at SummerSlam. And Dean Ambrose has to go one-on-one with Alberto Del Rio. Seth Rollins is going to be facing Rob Van Dam. So that was fine. I was fine with that. And then Roman Reigns came out, because Randy Orton was talking trash about Roman Reigns, so he came out. And he said that he's going to make a proposal that he'll kick Randy Orton's ass for free. Triple H refuses. He says you get him at SummerSlam. So instead, Triple H put Roman Reigns in a last man standing match with Kane. So we got that match, and they just brawled all around the ringside. Roman Reigns threw Kane into the barricade. Kane threw Roman Reigns into the steps. Kane had like set up the steps in like the bottom side of the steps in a stand-up position. Roman Reigns threw Kane into the barricade and it moved, and then Kane threw him into the barricade. Kane hit him with the kendo stick, and then he did some uppercuts, big boots, and then he got to commercial. Kane was still in control, but Roman Reigns started and made it a comeback. He did that drop kick, but Kane got up from that. Kane ended up getting thrown into a wedge chair. What else? Roman Reigns ended up throwing Kane into those steps that was standing up on the stage. He tried to grab a table, but Kane ambushed him from behind. And then Roman Reigns hit a Samoan drop on Kane after he had set up the table. Went for the Superman punch, and Kane caught him into a choke slam through the table, but Roman Reigns got up from that. And Kane tried to tombstone Reigns on the chair, but Roman Reigns DDT'd him onto it, gave him the Superman punch. And then the referee didn't count it after that, which was weird. But then Roman Reigns speared Kane, and Kane couldn't get up from that. And so Roman Reigns got the victory. And I thought this was a good match. It was a good way to start the show. I really got into it. Roman Reigns, it seems like he improves every week. And if you keep putting him in matches every week. He's gonna like continue to improve. I just love the improvement of Roman Reigns. Next thing that happened. This might not get uploaded till midnight, by the way. I'm gonna talk about how the SummerSlam theme song needs to be changed. I don't like the song that's on there. You need to change that, WWE. You need to do it now. The song that needs to be fucking the SummerSlam theme song is the song that Summer by Chris Harris. How can you be so fucking blind? How could you have tried not to jump on that? His song's called Summer. It's all about summer. And your show is called SummerSlam. At least get fucking Chris Harris to perform at your fucking show, or else SummerSlam will be a fucking travesty. Whoever performs there will get booed because they fucking want Chris fucking Harris. You are gonna fucking get Chris Harris to perform that song, and if you don't, I will fucking flip off the guy who performs until he's done. That's all I have to say. Now let's talk about the Brock Lesnar John Cena feud. They were not on the show today, which I'm not really shocked about. But they didn't need to be on the show. I thought the video package they did was really good. Brock Lesnar talks about how he came back to the WWE. He didn't come back. He didn't care who. He didn't come back to. He came back to be WWE champion. He doesn't care who the fuck he pisses off. He says that he conquers anything that's in front of him. He enjoys hurting people. How he had the biggest victory of his career when he conquered the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania 30, and how people knew he was going to win that match, but people just didn't believe it. It's like, how you expect me to lose to a mythical god at WrestleMania, which was cool. Talked about how he's going to beat the shit out of Cena. Then John Cena starts talking, says he's not going to talk about his accomplishments. He says that he always looks forward. He looks at Brock Lesnar, talks about, like, you know, how agile and stuff he is. And Brock Lesnar talks about how he's going to beat the hell out of Cena. And then it shows the promo about Heyman and stuff. And then Brock Lesnar talks about how he's going to beat the holy hell out of Cena, that if he never left the WWE, John Cena would be a guy just eating Fruit Loops at his house and not being paid to do it. And John Cena says that if Brock Lesnar never left the WWE, he'd be a nobody. He went somewhere else and fought once a year, and fought only one fight. And now he comes back and fights as a hired hand and fights one fight. And he only does this for money. He's spent his last 12 years wrestling, and he's worked every single show, and it was showing like video packages of their careers and them facing each other. He talks about how Brock Lesnar beat the shit out of me, but I'm gonna come back, and Brock Lesnar says he's gonna beat the living crap, piss, and vomit out of John Cena at SummerSlam. And you know, it's just really good. Just check out the video package. You know, it's really a good video package. I was not expecting this to be this good. This really got me hyped for the match at SummerSlam. I can't wait to see that. And if you look at the WWE Network now, you can check out the match they had at Extreme Rules, and you can also check out my review of Extreme Rules 2012, because I talked about that match. It was the first pay-per-view review. Well, technically the first one I was Extreme Rules 2009, but that was the first like live pay-per-view review I ever reviewed that actually like came on, and I reviewed it the next day. So check that out. I thought Adam Rose was getting interviewed, but he was backstage, and he says they kind of hype up that Oculus mirror movie that came out, and says that you see like your evil self in that mirror. So Adam Rose sees himself as like a businessman that's like he talks about how there's a lemon. Well, he's a lemon, so he got really scared. And then we got Dean Ambrose versus Alberto Del Rio in the first Beat the Clock Challenge match. This was a really good match. Dean Ambrose and Alberto Del Rio really took it to each other. They did some of the same stuff as they did on Main Event, like I talked about how they did the cross arm breaker. Del Rio kicked him in the head. Dean Ambrose kicked out of it. They just did a lot of good moves. Ambrose went for dirty deeds a couple times, but Del Rio fought out of him. Ambrose did a suicide dive over the top rope. And then Del Rio got the saw him wiggle in a couple times over the ropes. Del Rio did the backward superplex off the top rope, but Dean Ambrose kicked out of it. Dean Ambrose kept doing like roll-ups and near falls to try to put away Del Rio, but he kept kicking out of him. But then eventually he was using his bad shoulder to do the dirty deed, so he couldn't apply it properly. And then he used his good shoulder, hit the dirty deeds moves, got the victory, and he did that in 15 minutes and 42 seconds, which is not good. But Dean Ambrose got the win. Really good match, and I just really liked it. Rusev with Lana squashing Kala on the WWE app. This is the second time this has happened, so I don't really know. I guess we really need to start checking out the WWE app, I guess. No. It's just, why do they do that? Why can't they just show the match? But then I can understand, I guess, why they didn't show the match. Lana and Rusev praise Russia, and today, I guess, was Barack Obama's birthday, and Lana sings Barack Obama's birthday in Russian, and they actually, somebody from Russia had tweeted a picture with Vladimir Putin with a petting a tiger and Obama petting like a small dog, and then Jack Swagger and Zeb Colter come out and says that we're not just fighting for you, we're fighting for everybody, we're fighting for people, and he shows like visual aids like a guy that works hard for his family, a girl that works 15 hours a week or 60 hours a week or something to provide better care for their family, and all the soldiers that go out into war and put their bodies on the line to make this country a better place and take out everybody. It was just really good. And then Lana, Jack Swagger, and Rusev are gonna prepare to fight because they're gonna have a flag match at SummerSlam. I forgot to mention that. But they back off, and then Zeb Colter had said something. I didn't hear what he said, and then that pissed him off. And Rusev uses the Russian flag on Swagger and clotheslines him out of the ring with it. And then he's about to attack Zeb Colter, but Lana calls him off. So yeah, I thought this was cool. I really like what they've been doing with this. Cesaro fought Dolph Ziggler on commentary with The Miz. No, Cesaro fought Dolph Ziggler with The Miz on commentary. None of them got an entrance. Ziggler won with the zigzag, and then he teased that he was going to kick Miz in the face, but Miz ducked it. Cesaro's just going downhill. Paige interview. Apparently she had pushed AJ Lee off the stage, and she like wished her best friend. I don't really like what they're doing with this feud. I think they should just be like a hate feud now. How Paige just fucking hates AJ. Why can't they just do that? But they're not doing it in the right direction. I hope they fix it. Ryback and Curtis Axel fought Goldust and Stardust. This is the only team that they've been fighting, so it's the same match. Stardust wins with his finisher. I forget what it's called though. The Authority was backstage, and Kane handed them his mask. Okay. I hope we don't get caught with Kane again. Chris Jericho fought Luke Harper with Eric Rowan at ringside, and if Chris Jericho wins, Luke Harper's banned from ringside for the SummerSlam match. Eric Rowan's already banned because Chris Jericho beat him on SmackDown. The match was good, but I think it could have been a lot. I was expecting it to be a lot better, so my expectations was set really high for this match. Bray Wyatt, because he wasn't at ringside, obviously, so he comes. His thing goes off, and he appears there, and then he's like a distraction for Chris Jericho. But then Jericho hits a cold break on Eric Rowan, and the distraction ends up not working. He's about to win. Chris Jericho's about to win with the cold breaker, but Bray Wyatt like attacks him with like the tape that he wears on his thumb and hits his sister Abigail on him and just completely lays out Chris Jericho, which I thought was fun. And then Randy Orton got interviewed, and he said that I'm the apex predator. What Roman Reigns did to Kane was nothing. He's not as sick and twisted as I am. Bo Dallas beat R-Truth, which this had happened last week. And then R-Truth tried to attack him after the match, and Bo Dallas defended himself, which JBL pointed out. And then Bo Dallas hit the Bulldog on the floor. Then Bray Wyatt's backstage. He cut a good promo. I'm a little tired, so I was kind of falling asleep doing this. I got tired a little at this point. Then Rob Van Dam versus Seth Rollins in a Beat the Clock challenge match. But the Authority changed their opponent. Rob Van Dam ended up not being Seth Rollins' opponent. I have a feeling this was like a plan B. So instead it was Heath Slater. And I knew Dean Ambrose was going to come out doing this match. And he does. He's like a distraction for Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins just kicks Heath Slater's ass. But then Dean Ambrose does stuff to distract Seth Rollins. But there was one... he takes like his Money in the Bank briefcase. And he rips up the contract into pieces inside. And Heath Slater actually hit a neck breaker to try to get a pin off him. But it didn't work. Dean Ambrose had taken somebody's Coke and just spilled it into the briefcase. He took somebody's popcorn and put it in there. He took JBL's hat, which I forgot to mention that Raw was in the University of Texas, and JBL and Michael Cole and Jerry the King all on commentary. But he took JBL's hat and put it in the briefcase. He just did anything he could to make sure Seth Rollins lost, and he did. Heath Slater rolled him up and got the win, which I thought was cool. I like what they did. I felt like they did something new with the Dean Ambrose Seth Rollins feud. I liked it what they did here. And on SmackDown, Dean Ambrose is going to announce his stipulation for the match with him and Seth Rollins, which I think is fine. And AJ Lee's going to be on main event, by the way. And then we got Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon contract signing. I thought this contract signing was really good. I thought it got personal. Triple H is the one hosting it. He talks about how he's not out here as a businessman, a wrestler, all this. He's out there as a supportive husband. And Brie Bella says, "Oh, you're going to make me vomit." She says that Daniel Bryan's recovering really well, which I kind of wanted him to come up for the segment, but they didn't. But she did. No, but he didn't. She talks about how she's going to embarrass Stephanie McMahon at SummerSlam, and and it's not just for me, Daniel, and my sister, but it's for everybody that you have done wrong, like Big Show, you know, the Rhodes family, all of them. Stephanie McMahon mentions how she just walked out of the company. You left your husband and you stole the spotlight from your sister just to get a cheap victory over me. I am going to beat you. And then Stephanie McMahon takes a cheap shot at Nikki, and Triple H pushes the announcer's table and forces Brie Bella to watch Stephanie McMahon pedigree her sister Nikki. And then Brie slaps Triple H, but then Stephanie McMahon bounces Brie's head off the table and pedigrees her, and that ended the show, and I thought it was a good way to end Raw this week. And I actually liked Raw this week. I liked the Beat the Clock challenge matches. I thought that was good. I liked this Last Man Standing match. I liked the Brock Lesnar John Cena video package. I liked the stuff they did with Rusev and Jack Swagger. Just everything just seemed like it's on the dot, but there was some stuff that I didn't like. And believe me, there was stuff that I absolutely thought was shit that I didn't even watch or write down. So, I thought they really stepped up the game this week for Monday Night Raw, and I think that's fine. But you gotta stop talking about the fucking WWE Network. We fucking get it. It's gonna be available overseas. It's gonna be available everywhere. But wait till next week to talk about it. Talk about it when my subscription runs out, please. Thank you, and good evening.